there. Okay. So it always kind of comes to me to, I suppose, to have a little bit of a introduction, just a bit of a chat. And I usually start with something around how busy, hardworking, productive, challenging, resourceful, committed, inspiring, all those things of a year we've had. And it almost feels like this year needs to start with something a bit more like flipping heck. That was a big one, because it seems to have been, even kind of more kind of busy and all of those things. And you'll get a little bit of a taste of it from what I'm going to kind of cover in the next couple of minutes, I guess. But it's been another really, really busy year. The last week or so has obviously been really intense, and we recognise the impact Andrew's death's had around the centre. And of course, we've lost other members this year, and we know the additional strain that puts on everyone. So huge thanks to the team, for Jenny and Leanne for keeping them supported, and indeed for all the kind of members who kind of offer support to the team and to each other as well. That's really what we do as an organisation, and that's really been evident in the last kind of week or so. So in terms of information, there's a summary report included in the accounts. If you've had a chance to look at them, that really gives an overview of the year 2022, because that's the period the accounts cover. But as we're a good chunk of the way through 2023, I also wanted to just mention some of the things that have been happening so far this calendar year. And the theme for me this year really seems to centre around collaboration. We always do a lot of collaborative work. We've always looked out with our four walls to look for opportunities to work with others, other organisations, bring wider benefits to the services that we provide and for the people who come along to the centre, and also for benefit of those other organisations. And this year kind of seems to exemplify that in many ways. The work we're doing with Move Forward Physio continues to develop and increase. It's great. We've had, I say we all look for all of this. Obviously, it's kind of Leanne and Jenny and the team. I just sit here taking the credit. We've had co-working opportunities with Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland. It's an interesting collaboration. We're working with MS Society Scotland and Compass in Lothian, Reviving Glasgow, to put on a joint hybrid event for World MS Day on 30th of May. I don't think lots of people kind of made it along, but it's really good to see how that kind of collaborative working kind of came to fruition. So that was really good. I know there's been some discussions with football clubs, Inverness, Clyde Thistle and Connaught County. Not quite sure where they came to. I don't know if there's much fruition yet, but it just kind of shows another good opportunity to kind of reach out with that. Bless you, Jenny. We also kind of rekindled much closer working relationships with Highlands Islands Enterprise again, which is providing really valuable, I think, status building and recognition of the significance of the work, and we look forward to continuing to build that. NHS Highland approached us to consider a research trial into hyperbaric oxygen treatment of long COVID, which is interesting. And then the first stage application of that has been submitted, so we'll just kind of see if that kind of goes further. But really interesting to be approached by the NHS for one of those kind of research trials. One of the things we've been kind of talking around for a while, so good contacts there. Also, there's a new Life Sciences Innovation Centre on the Beechwood campus, HIE campus, that we've had real interest from their director, Ian Megson, and from the other staff who work there. Again, looking for opportunities to think how we might be able to kind of work together to do more to kind of support people with long-term conditions. Our old friend Kingsmills, we've been working along with them, and that's certainly resulted in the setting of a date for our Black Tie fundraising event next year. That's Friday, the 7th of June. If it's not already firm in your diaries, please put it in and make sure you invite all your rich and generous friends along with you. That would be very welcome. And we're also having our Christmas lunch this year at Kingswells Hotel on the 8th of December. That's for Friday, isn't it? Friday, 8th of December. It's £35 per person. Do sign up. Members and partners very welcome to come along. And that will be sure to be a really kind of good quality and fun thing, because they're always good. Also done a lot of work with the Chamber of Commerce this year. We were the nominated charity of the year for the Highland Business Dinner, which brought us in £3,870, which was very welcome. And Leanne and Jenny have been doing a lot of effective networking and raising our visibility in that arena. We also negotiated with another local charity, Partnerships for Wellbeing, P4W, to agree the transfer of our minibus to their service. This is something that's going on for a while, and we spoke a little bit about last year, but we know that it's just not feasible for us as an organisation to maintain and keep it running. But they immediately put it into use in their patient transport project. So the bus is getting used. Local people are getting transport needs supported. Highland Cross are absolutely delighted with the arrangement, and we also raised some kind of much needed funds for the centre, so a bit of a kind of win-win-win-win on that one. We've also had solar panels installed on the roof, if you haven't spotted them. Again, a lot of partnership thanks to the generosity of Willie Gray, the ARC people, Andy Mackay, and there's also, they've come to us to be able to help refloor the physio room so we can properly accommodate the anti-gravity treadmill. So all of this stuff that's been happening has come about through either kind of formal or informal partnerships, which just shows the high regard that our organisation and the services are held as ever. Another huge collaboration bit has been the ongoing pilot light work, which came to its fruition, and it's a formal conclusion this summer, but that has springboarded a whole range of organisational and business development and processes kind of tasks which the board and the management are beginning to take forward. So thanks to all the boards for their participation in that, particularly Jenny, Leanne, Mark, Georgeson as well, and Mark Wilson have put a lot of work into that, and we're really looking forward to taking those developments forward, strengthening the organisation, again, streamlining, improving our impact, and kind of really kind of taking those opportunities. I've had a few other changes this year as well. Sheena left our employment this year, unfortunately through ill health, but we're really grateful for all the years of service that she has provided to the organisation. Sam stepped back from providing massage, but has started providing auricular acupuncture, which is very welcome, and we're delighted to be keeping her in the fold. The massage therapy part has been picked up by Dr. Mary Keenlyside, and she'll be kicking off from the 5th of October. As you can see, for at least one of them, we've got a couple of new board members come in and join us, which is great, in the form of Ian Morrison and Mark Wilson. So a massive welcome to them officially, and you'll hear a bit more certainly from Mark in a little while. What else? We've changed our accountants to Frame Kennedy, which should make things a lot smoother and easier for Leanne, and certainly improve on the whole kind of communication thing. So that's a good move for us as an organisation. They've shown a real interest in what we do and a huge amount of experience working with kind of third sector organisations, not dissimilar to our own. So it's already showing kind of good understanding of what we need, which is great. Those who've been in have noticed that the gym in the centre has opened and is getting some good usage, so that's really nice to see that building up. That was kind of new as of last year. And other things we've really worked on as a board is reviewing staff wages and increasing them to ensure that we meet the real living wage standards, and we're quite proud now that we're formally registered as a real living wage employer. If Fraser was here, I'm sure he'd give that a cheer, because that's a long time coming, but great to get there. Other things, Leanne has gone through the DDRC hyperbaric medicine training. Don't ask me what DDRC stands for, but that's a huge gain for the organisation. And she's also doing other kind of business leadership training and things. Jenny, I might look to you in terms of kind of any updates on other kind of staff or kind of volunteer training. I know there's been bits and pieces, but I haven't quite kept up with all of this. Anything particular stand out you want to throw in for us?
We've just been looking at some diversity training that they're going to be taking part in, and also the LMS manual, which Leanne's been working on as well. So it's just a sort of ongoing thing. There's just various different things, and we're just moving the team along as we go, and they've been great at getting on with all of that.
Great, thank you. Yeah, just making sure that we pick up on those kind of training opportunities across the staff team is really important. So thank you, Leanne and Jenny, for supporting that. Particular thanks need to check out to Fraser Parr and also Finlay McKenzie, who continue to put in a load of time and effort keeping the area outside the centre looking lovely, and yeah, it just makes a real difference. When you're kind of coming along, you just kind of feel good when you get in. There's also been huge achievements around fundraising. Jenny has been working her socks off on the £30,000 for 30 years campaign, which actually hit its target as of 27th of January this year, with a final total, I think, of £33,045.90 by the time it closed on the 3rd of April. So huge amount of work there. And there's been numerous kind of donations and funding applications that have kept coming in throughout the year. So huge thanks to all that work in the back room and everybody who's contributed there. Our new fundraising focuses around getting a tent-style chamber, like a soft shell chamber, to support that kind of wider hyperbaric oxygen kind of work there. That's kind of my snapshot. There'll be lots and lots of kind of bits and pieces that have been in addition to that. And certainly, Anne, Jenny, if you want to kind of throw anything at this stage, kind of feel free. But I just wanted to give a bit of a flavour of the enormous amount of work that's been going on this year and how it all goes to kind of progress what we do. Any questions? Yeah. Okay. So it always kind of comes to me, I suppose, to have a little bit of a introduction, just a bit of a chat. And I usually start with something around how busy, hardworking, productive, challenging, resourceful, committed, inspiring, all those things of a year we've had. And it almost feels like this year needs to start with something a bit more like flipping heck. That was a big one, because it seems to have been, even kind of more kind of busy on all of those things. And you'll get a little bit of a taste of it from what I'm going to kind of cover in the next couple of minutes, I guess. But it's been another really, really busy year. The last week or so has obviously been really intense, and we recognise the impact Andrew's death's had around the centre. And of course, we've lost other members this year, and we know the additional strain that puts on everyone. So huge thanks to the team, for Jenny and Leanne for keeping them supported, and indeed for all the kind of members who kind of offer support to the team and to each other as well. That's really what we do as an organisation, and that's really been evident in the last kind of week or so. So in terms of information, there's a summary report included in the accounts. If you've had a chance to look at them, that really gives an overview of the year 2022, because that's the period the accounts cover. But as we're a good chunk of the way through 2023, I also wanted to just mention some of the things that have been happening so far this calendar year. And the theme